Okay, picking up where we left off, we're talking about assignment rules, and once again, reading comprehension is extraordinarily important. So I have a standard file naming convention I want you to use when you submit documents through Canvas. Now I know this is a little crazy, but I'm allowed to be crazy. So here's how I want it to work. It's going to be the name of the course, which is CIS4351, space, whatever it is you're turning in, like assignment 2, space, your last name, dot, and then your first name. So there's exactly two spaces. Like, nod your head. How many spaces? 2 in exactly 2 spaces. Okay, cool. Obviously, everything's going to be submitted via Canvas. You're not going to print anything. You're not going to email me anything. Everything's going to be done through Canvas. Now, when it comes to a homework assignment, not quizzes, but homework assignments, it's perfectly okay for you to resubmit an assignment. Here's how it works. You submit an assignment. I'm going to say, well, I asked for 4 of those, and you only gave me 2. So I scribble little notes on your document and send it back to you. What you could do is you could read that and go, oh, okay, let me fix that. And so you fix it, and then you resubmit it to get a higher grade. Okay, that's how it works. Cool. Now, if you fail to remember to read the comments, well, then you will never learn. I mean, this whole thing about feedback is kind of cool. All right. So even after you've graded it, you can resubmit. And of course, do your own work. We don't have any group projects here. Thank goodness. Nobody likes group projects. So here's the grading rubric on how things work. So the number one thing in the grading rubric is, did you read and follow instructions? I know that sounds incredible, but dang, I'll put it as clear as I can possibly make it, what it is I want you to do. And some people just kind of do their own thing. And I'm going, wow, that's nice, but that's not what the topic was about. So read and follow instructions, 25%. Did you learn what it is you're supposed to learn for that chapter? So let's say the chapter where we're on is resources. And so we're talking about how you can manage human capital and funding. So if you turn your project in, did you learn what it is you were supposed to learn about resources? Okay. 30% is how valid is the stuff you turned in. Do you have all the parts to your project? Do you have all those things? And then having your documents, readable and organized. And this is not an English course, so I don't care much about spelling, punctuation, and grammar. I just put that down as 5% of your score. But once again, a pretty good chunk of this is, can you read and follow instructions? Because obviously the answer is no. A lot of people have trouble. But you guys are smarter than that, right? Okay, good. Okay, so let's talk about late policy. So everything is due at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, essentially midnight on Sunday. I typically start grading the next morning, Monday morning. Now, I'm not going to tell you for absolute certain that I'm going to do it Monday morning. I'm just saying typically I start Monday morning. But there's a 5-point penalty per day, okay, if you're late. So for example, let's say you had a perfect score of a 100, but you're 4 days late. Well, that's 4 times 5 is 20 minus 100. You're going to make it 80. Now, if you're pretty good at math, you can kind of figure out after 20 days, the highest score you could make is a 0. Okay, good. And resubmissions. Remember I explained how if you submitted a document, then I scribble on it and send it back to you, you read it, and then go, oh, okay, and you resubmit. Well, that resubmission is on the day after it's due, so you automatically get 1 late day. So basically, the highest score you could get on a resubmission would be a 95. Okay. And by the way, there's no fractions. Okay, I just look at the date. If it's due on the 15th and the date of your document says 16, well, then you're a day late. I don't even look at the timestamp. Just the date. Okay, just the date. Okay. So here's an example of my grading history. Now, this is not particularly the grading history for this course. This is me for all the courses that I teach. And the reason I provide this is to kind of give you a kind of a heads up on whether or not I'm a real easy professor or a real hard professor. I think I'm kind of in the middle of the road. Yes, I do make you think, which might be upsetting to some folks. By the way, I typically discard or discredit the F's over here. The people who make the F's here are not because the material was hard or they didn't understand it or couldn't do the work. This is the people who just don't bother. They just don't turn anything in, so they fail the course. So these are legitimate courses. Most people make a B in my course. Okay. So that's good information, I think, on how you can how much work you're going to have to expect. So let's talk about feedback one more time. The whole point of having quizzes and assignments isn't to torture students. I mean, we professors don't gather around the water cooler and laugh about, ha 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 ha, I made the students write all this stuff. That's not how it works. We're doing these things to help you learn. And the only way the learning part works is through feedback. If you ignore the feedback, well, then you're learning nothing. So, you turn in an assignment. I scribble on it and tell you, this is good. This part needs some more work. Hey, this is an excellent point. Not just bad feedback. I give you good feedback as well. And then you take that and you go, aha. So the next time I'm going to turn in an assignment, I'm going to remember all those things that the professor said, right? Okay. So it's very important that you pay attention to feedback. So let's talk about how the feedback works. So there's two different ways you can get feedback, essentially. Now, the first one is personal feedback through your gradebook. So let's say, for example, you turned in a Word document. Okay. So on your assignment, it's probably going to say something short like, good work. Okay. But you made an 80 or an 85. And I said, good work. Well, where are the comments? Well, you're going to have to go to your gradebook, click on the homework assignment, whatever it is, assignment 2, and then there's going to be a button up in the upper right-hand corner that says View Feedback. When you do that, you get to see the comments that I put inside your document. If you don't click on that button and you don't read that feedback, that means you're not going to learn. And the next time you turn in an assignment, you're going to get even more points taken off because you didn't learn anything from the last assignment. So it's up to you to find and read the assignments find and read the comments that I leave in your assignment. Okay? Good. Whew. All right. I've had people go through an entire course and I'll say, you did this wrong on every single assignment. Oh, I didn't see. I'm thinking, wow. You went through the entire course and you never looked at any of the feedback I gave you. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Now, I have been known to put some Easter eggs in your comments. I so much want you to read the comments that I leave for you that I'm going to put a comment inside your document along the lines of, if you respond to this comment by midnight tonight, you're going to get 5 extra points on the next quiz. Okay? You think I'm serious about this feedback stuff? Okay? I want you to read the feedback inside your document. Okay? Whew. All right. Let me talk about a scenario that's actually pretty doggone common. Here's how it works. So I get up in the morning, drink my cup of coffee, I sit down at the computer and say, well, I'm going to grade assignment 2 today. And so I bring up assignment 2, and let's say it's a Word document. I bring up assignment 2, and I'm going, what the heck is this? This is like from some history course or something. It's certainly not assignment 2 for this course. So I mark you as a 0 because, right, this is not the right assignment. And then I send you an email. I send you a Canvas email that basically says, I don't know what happened, but the stuff that you submitted is not assignment 2 for this course. You need to resubmit immediately. So if you were on your toes and you were paying attention and you read your email, you could say, oh, dang. Because most likely you did the assignment, you just submitted the wrong one, right? You could resubmit that one, you'd probably only lose 5 points. However, if you went on a fishing trip and were gone for 5 days and didn't read the Canvas email until the next Friday, well, you're going to be really, really late. All right, so the moral of the story is read your email after the grading period. So typically like Monday morning is when I do grading. So sometime Monday afternoon, you need to be reading your email just to make sure that there's not a message in there that says, oh my God, you've done something stupid. Okay, I'm just telling you. Because failure to read your email doesn't mean you're not going to get a late penalty. And don't plagiarize or cheat. That will just annoy me. Okay, so a little bit about me. Hi, I'm Emmett Gray. I'm your professor here. I retired from Fort Hood about 6 years ago. I wasn't in the Army. I was a civilian. I'm a total, geek. I'm a software author, programmer kind of folk. I have strange educational background. I have degrees in mathematics and engineering, plus, computer stuff. I'm not a PhD, so don't call me Dr. Gray. I also have a gazillion Microsoft and CompTIA certifications that, quite frankly, you're probably not interested in. I'm what's called a visiting professor. So I have an office there on the 3rd floor of Founders Hall, and there's my phone number. Quite frankly, I prefer Canvas email over phone calls. I provided my Canvas email and also provided the TemUp email as well. So that's all you really need to know about me. So this next one is about you. So every week I'm going to ask you 4 questions that you have to answer to see if you are paying attention during lecture. And the very first one of these, I'm going to ask you, where are you on the scale of 1 to 10 with regard to project management? And so, on one end of the scale, it's like, oh my God, I'm so lost. I can't imagine why I signed up for this class. That'd be, hopefully no one's in that category. On the other extreme, it could be, look, I could teach this class with my eyes closed. I've been doing this for 50 years. And hopefully there won't be anybody in that area. Most people are going to be in the middle. It's going to be, yeah, I got the prerequisites. I'm kind of ready. Maybe, yeah, I've done some project management stuff before. So I'm going to ask you this question on where you are on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, so that's all there is to do about the PowerPoint presentation. And I'll tell you a secret. That's probably the last PowerPoint you'll ever see in this course. I do not use PowerPoint slides to teach. That's not how I do it. Instead, I use the book and I talk to you just like a real honest-to-God lecture. Okay. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to go through how the course is configured in Canvas. So I'm assuming that you've already logged into Canvas and selected the course because, quite frankly, otherwise you probably wouldn't be watching this video. So I'm assuming you're at this point. Now, right off the bat, first of all, since my view of Canvas is going to be slightly different than yours because I can see things that you can't see because I'm the professor. So let's just go through it. All right, so here we are. Welcome to Information Systems Project Management. Okay, so this is an introductory course, and we're going to start at ground zero and then just kind of ramp up. I mean, I don't think it'll be too bad. This is a 100% online course with video lectures. It's not self-paced. Everything you need to do is in this course navigation off, and we're going to spend an awful lot of time in this thing called modules, so I'm going to go through that. And then here are the things I want you to do before the class begins. Okay, so obtain a copy of the textbook. Yeah, that'd be pretty doggone handy. Read the course syllabus. Yeah, that'd be handy. Go through the PowerPoint slide presentations. Quite frankly, that's the ones we just did, so maybe you don't need to go through them because we just finished that. Introduce yourself in the discussion forums. Yes, I want you to go there and introduce yourself. And then install whatever software you need on your home computer to be up and ready. Okay, so that's that. So let's just go through the list. Assignments, this is going to be all the things that are due. And once again, I can see lots of more things than you can see, so don't panic. For example, this says, not available until January 15th. Okay, cool. So here's all the assignments and quizzes and exams and term paper and all your participation score. This is how all that works. Discussion forums. There's 3 discussion forums. One is course feedback. This is like anonymous access has been turned on here. You can go in there and rant and rave and complain. I don't really monitor this. I mean, I monitor it. I don't go in there and try to moderate it. I don't go in there and start deleting things. So if you want to be mean, that's perfectly okay. You could say, well, that sucked. Why the heck did you do that? That'd be okay. This is the introductions forum where I want you to go in and introduce yourself. Okay, so once again, we're coming up on the 15-minute mark. So I'm just going to pause the video and we'll pick it up again in just a minute.